Okay, so I did go to Sam's yesterday, the fish store. Got both of these in the bag. There's also a fake camera threw that way. Now I didn't know there's a flaw with this type of adapter here. There are plastic shells here, and it has the shape of a UK socket. And also you can put your P ones like that. And then I can grab my power smart one that has the UK plug. Like this one. But you can actually plug the round pin into here and open up the shutters. And that's a major issue because if I were to grab this one here, plug it into the US plug, put it into the US side, the ground pin goes into where the British pin goes, and you won't be able to see it. When I saw it there, when this happens, the shutters open up. So there are shutters here. So there are shutters that prevent object from coming through. So it's better if I use this. I can't push it in. Yes, I actually have 2 pins. But the problem is, when the US plug is plugged in, obviously with British sockets, they need the ground pin to push. The reason the ground pin is longer is because it's there to, don't do this at home, push to open up the shutters to plug in anything. And if I plug in this, it's only ones with grounded prongs. You see, it goes into here, and now it's not plugged in. Don't worry, it's not plugged in. So I'll get my multimeter to show you the contacts. So all right, so if you plug this in here, these parts here become open. So if I go ahead and show you my continuity meter on continuity mode where it beeps. Look, so I'm gonna extend out the British pins. So if I go ahead and plug one into here, you can see it actually goes all the way in. See, it actually goes in. It goes in, so you can actually touch that. And look, let's bring out the camera. No tomfoolery. Look, pins in. The pins inside. It's not happening here, which is good, but if I push that in here, it's touching. Which isn't safe. Isn't safe because some kid could go and stick something in there and get a shock. So you can stick that in and get a shock so if this is plugged into a wall socket, and a kid pokes something in there, like a needle, will get a shock. Now if I unplug it, the doors are in the way and won't allow it to plug in. There has to be 2 probes in there to plug in. But when there's a door in the way, it's safer. But there's also another danger I found out. It's with the ground pins. So I bring this adapter back in and plug it into the bottom. Now these pins are live. Now this is not plugged in, so don't try this at home. Because this is because this is dangerous, especially when it's plugged in. So, because what a British socket is supposed to do is there's two doors here, and ground pin, and then you notice the ground pin on the UK socket is plastic. So when you plug it in, the ground pin's a lot longer, so it pushes the shutters up first, and then the hot and the live and neutral pins will plug in. Ground and also a lot of countries mark this as earth or ground. I just call it ground. So that's one thing that I noticed about this trap, that it's just septic, so it is used, and this is a really bad design. Focus. It's not really gonna focus, but yeah, I don't like that because there's a part here to open up the shutters, but when this is plugged in like this, the shutters on the top became open. Now with this one here, with this European to US, it blocks those pins. But when you use a PC charger, it opens up the shutters and doesn't block them. So just to let you know, do not get this adapter if you're using it for US appliance. If you're using a US appliance that's like this, that is fine, because when it's plugged in, it blocks them. Now, if you're wondering, for a two-prong appliance will do the same, no, I'll show you. So, see this two-prong, plug it into here. It not only does it block the pins, it doesn't go into the ground prong where normally we lift up the doors. Now, if you try it with a European, so on the European one I have here, basically it plugs into the top part where the shutters are, so it's safe. But be mindful when you use this for US appliances. Keep this away from your kids, from your babies, because they can easily stick something in there and get a shock. It would not be pretty. It will not be pretty. So the best way to get around this is to just use this adapter here. Although it doesn't have doors here, as long as it doesn't have doors here, so what you would do is plug this in like this, and then you'll plug it in like that, and then that'll work, and it'll be safer. Or you could, if you're using a two-prong appliance, use a European one. This one can fit in that, but it's not ground pin's exposed. So if you're using this if you're using this, be mindful. So see, this one's much safer because you could do that. It can go into the top two pins, which you can't put in normally because it's like a British socket. So yeah. So steer clear at this type of adapter. Steer clear of this because although it has a fuse, and although that you can't push out any other pins that aren't connected to live, when one's out here, you have to use the button to kick something out. Stay clear of this because the major downfall of this is if you plug in this appliance here, the doors for these are open. They open up, and that's not good because someone could stick something in like this and get a shock. Not pretty. Not pretty. So make sure you use ones that actually block those pins like that, or use a two-prong appliance. Or if you already have another, like this adapter here, plug it in, and then that'll be safer. although there's no doors on this one, it's safe. It's going to be safer than this dangerous thing. A lot more safer. So, because what you'll normally be doing is plug this one into here, and then you use this adapter because it has a fuse, and then you just do this like that. So yeah, stay clear of this ceptus adapter unless you don't actually have kids, because when the ground point of the US plug is plugged in, it pushes that down and opens up the shutters of these two pins. So stay clear of this adapter here. Stay clear. Stay clear of it unless you're being very protective and place a plug cover on or use this. So you're probably going to place a plug cover on this, but if you're going to use this if you're going to use it for this type of pre-control appliance, it's not going to work. And about the Chromebook, the charger came with the brick, but not came with a figure of 8 lead. So this is actually my figure of 8 lead. So I provided myself. But yeah, stay clear of this one because look. Yeah, that's not safe. It's not safe at all. It's not safe at all. So unless you're going to use this one, or you're going to use this one here, and then that'll be safer for two-prong appliances. So yes, guys, stay clear of this adapter here, because unless you're using it for European, UK and Australian, then this one, if you're using it only for US plugs, this is not the adapter for you. If you're using it for UK or Australia or Italy, it'll be fine because it'll go onto this pin. But if you're getting it for a US plug here, like a UK one plug here, but there's two pins that we're plugging there blocking it. If you're using it for US ones, dangerous here, because it's basically when the ground pin is inserted like this, it opens up the shutters, and this is actually a really bad design. So hope you guys enjoyed.